All right, in this video, we're going to set up and solve consecutive integers problems, okay? Could be consecutive integers, meaning 3 integers in a row. Could be consecutive odd integers, which means like 1, 3, and 5. Or it could be consecutive even integers like 6, 8, and 10, okay? So we're going to set these up, we're going to solve them, and then we'll be able to verify that they are correct, okay? So we've got 3 examples here. In the first one, we're going to find 3 consecutive integers that sum to 264, okay? So the first thing we want to do, we're going to call our first number n, okay? So the number that follows n would be 1 bigger than n. So we're going to call that n plus 1. So the first number is n. The second number is 1 bigger than that, so n plus 1. So the third number would be 1 bigger than the second number, or n plus 2. Okay? So now then we've got these 3 numbers. We're going to add those together. Sum means addition. All right? So we've got n plus the second number n plus 1 plus the third number n plus 2. And that's going to equal to 264. Okay, so we got a pretty basic linear equation here that we can solve for n. So I'm going to combine like terms on the left side here. I get 3n plus 3 equals 264. I'm going to subtract 3 from both sides. I'm going to divide by 3, and n is 87. So my first number is 87. Okay, my second number should be 1 bigger than that, 88. And my third number should be 1 bigger than that, or 89, okay? And you can just check, add 87, 88, and 89 together, and you get 264, okay? So that's how you set up the 3 consecutive integers problems, okay? So what I want you to do, I want you to pause the video here, and I want you to try to set up your variables or your variable expressions for 3 consecutive odd integers, and then come back and check your work, okay? All right, so again, in this one, I'm going to use n as my first number, or my first odd in this case, okay? So the next odd, it's not going to be n plus 1, because let's say my first odd number was 1. My second odd number would be 3. So it's 2 bigger than the first odd. So my second odd number is going to be n plus 2. So my third odd would be n plus 4, all right? So again, we're going to add these together. The sum indicates addition, so I've got n plus 2 plus n plus 4 equals 159, okay? Combine like terms on the left side, that gives me 3n plus 6 equals 159. Subtract 6 from both sides. Divide by 3, so my first odd is going to be 51, okay? So 51 is my first odd. So my second odd would be 2 bigger than that, or 53. And my third odd would be 2 bigger than that, which is 55, okay? And if you add 51, 53, and 55 together, you should get 159, all right? So set up, try to do C all by yourself. So pause the video here, do the work, and then come back and check your work. All right, so in this one, I'm actually gonna set this one up a little bit differently than I did the first 2, okay? I'm gonna start with my second even here, and I'm gonna call it n, all right? Some of you guys might like this method a little better than what I did in the first 2 examples, okay? So let's say that second even number was 8, for example. So the even number before that would be 6, okay? And that means it's 2 less than my second even, so n minus 2. My third even would be 2 bigger than n there, so n plus 2. Now, the reason people like this more is what you'll see when I write my equation, n minus 2 plus n plus 2, is that these 2's cancel out. So my constants on the left side cancel out, and it actually saves me a step. Okay, notice this step from here to here is eliminated because my negative 2 here and my positive 2 canceled out. So it actually leaves a 3-step problem as opposed to a 2-step problem as opposed to a 3-step problem here. Okay, so I'm going to divide both sides by 3 now, and n equals 104. Okay, I just need to remember that that's my second even, not my first even. So I'm going to get 102, 104, and 106, okay? And you can see that if you add those 3 together, you get 312. So I just wanted to change pace a little bit here in the third example just to show you that there's multiple ways to set this up. You can do a lot of other things. You can get a little crazy with this if you want to, but it doesn't change the fact of how you get the answer once you're done, okay? So that's how you do consecutive integers problems.